Hello everyone, this is Boricua Binks and welcome back to Let's Play Ace Attorney Investigations Miles Edgeworth, where we are in the fifth case of the game, Turnabout Ablaze, continuing the middle part, investigation. Alright, so let's look at the dead body. If it would let me. Oh, there we go. So, this is the victim, Damask II. What is with his gaudy outfit?
I don't know about Master Mask. A few months ago, this thief caused a lot of havoc on the populace.
So this thief is separate from the Yatigarasu.
I thought they were for a while, because their MO and targets were different. The mask likes high-value trinkets and jewels, and being gaudy is his signature. Gumshoe was in charge of that investigation, so he'd know more about Damask.
Not really. He didn't solve it, Phoenix did. That's alright. All I'd probably hear are tales of his failure anyway.
You haven't changed a bit, I see.
In any case, let's get started here, shall we? Alright, every nook and cranny. Alright, let's look at his hat. There is not a single shred of fashion sense in Damask's costume.
Well, at least I can appreciate the great effort he must have put into making it. You two don't know. You can buy this costume almost anywhere now.
It's being sold? Since when? That's so stupid.
Since around New Year's, the streets are practically flooded with them. Turns out Damask is a lot more popular than I thought he'd be.
I can't believe that foolish fool would dress in fool's clothing to act foolishly.
We got your point about 3 foolishes back, Francisca.
Okay.
I thought that Damask had quit the business. This guy is just a copycat using the name, a phony successor. He's just another petty thief. His real identity is an out-of-work guy by the name of Casino.
Haha, Casino. And we're not even in a gambling setting, so it's kind of weird that they chose that name, but whatever.
He's 29 and wanted on larceny charges. Ooh, stick on my neck. From his clothes and what he was carrying, we determined that this guy's the real Damask II.
The cause of death appears to be the loss of blood from the back of his head. It seems that he was struck with something very hard. In other words, he was bludgeoned to death. The most boring way to murder someone in these games. I have a thing against that kind of style of murder. It's just so boring. So overdone. But I guess it's effective, right? Since it works every time, eh?
What is he holding? It looks like a piece of paper from a notepad.
Oh? Like directions? Alabas, Prima Duck statue, 5th floor, ambassador's office.
It would appear the directions on how to reach this room were written by hand. There's something written on the back as well.
I'd like you to steal the Prima Duck statue in this room. What is that supposed to mean? Who writes a note to themselves like that? Clearly she didn't write it. He didn't write it for himself. Clearly somebody sent him this.
If I had to guess from the text, I mean it's fairly obvious, but I would say that this is actually a request from someone about what to steal.
Hey, you really are the Damask II. Since the first Damask got his instructions from someone else as well.
Just who is the person that requested the theft of the Prima Duck statue?
Alright. Let's look at the sword.
So this is the murder weapon in this case.
There's blood on the blade. It's a rather sweeping sword, isn't it?
It
did you expect? It's still Samurai Daddy's secondary weapon. I only call it his secondary because although he uses his sword in most of his battles, it's his trusty samurai spear that he turns to in a real fight. You sure know quite a bit about the Steel Samurai. That's only because I saw the stage show earlier. Liar! The owner of this sword is the Steel Samurai, or in other words, Larry. I should probably ask him about it, as detrimental as it is to proving him innocent. Okay. Let's look at this cloth. It's very distinctive. I suppose this was the wrapping cloth the Mask II used to carry his stolen goods. But there's nothing wrapped in it now. I guess he never did manage to get his hands on whatever it was he was out to steal. Okay. I guess that's it. Any logic? Thinking? No, just the smoke for the chimney. Alright. Let's go talk to Larry. I mean, did we finish talking to you? Yeah, I thought so. Sorry for the noise in the background, guys. Mom is cooking. Alright, Larry. Murder weapon. Larry, about this samurai sword that was used as the murder weapon.
Oh, that. Well, I shook hands with the ambassador in his room, you know.
Yes, apparently you did.
And, well, I totally forgot about it and left it behind when I left it afterwards. You want to talk about shock? I was the most shocked of all when I heard it killed someone. Shocked!
Foolish fool looking especially foolish for foolishly stating such a foolish excuse. You forgot to take something that big with you? Who would believe such a tale?
Sorry, Miss Von Karma, but I believe him. Because if anyone could forget something like that, it would be Larry. Edgy, you believe me? I just knew that our friendship is something special.
Anyway, even if Larry had simply forgotten the sword and left it behind, that in no way clears his name. Which means that I will have to prove his innocence from a different angle. Dang it, Phoenix, why aren't you here to do this work? Alright. So, let's talk to Lang really quickly.
You did some investigating over in the Bobbly's embassy too, right?
I did. Is there a problem?
It's so weird that Edgeworth turns around so that he can point. But it's like you're facing away from the person you're talking to. It's my one pet peeve with the way they modeled this game. It's so strange. Lang Zi says, a wolf who aims to hunt for 2 rabbits at once.
I believe the idiom you require is he who runs after 2 hares will catch neither.
Huh. A real wolf can catch both.
I see. So what are you trying to say, seeing as how I am currently handling 2 cases?
Huh. Suit yourself. Don't say I didn't warn you.
Alright. Alright. What we need to examine is this again. Because you know when it says nook and cranny, it means something else. So actually we're going to deduce. The fact is, Larry even just mentioned it again. The fact that he shook hands with him. As you can see in this picture, look at the positioning of how everything is. You see the flower, you see the knives. But something looks really off, right? Like someone's not facing the correct way, as if, you know, as if they're talking to someone, just like with Edgeworth. Whenever he's talking, he faces the wrong way. Alright, let's present this. Look at this photo, and tell me what you find odd about this scene, Miss Von Karma. The apparent joy on the ambassador's face as he shakes that top-knot's hand?
That's not it. I was trying to point out that the statue in the photo is facing a different way.
You're right.
The statue is a national treasure. As such, only an ambassador or a secretary-level person is allowed to handle it.
The fact that the statue is facing one way in this photo, and now it's facing a different direction in this preserved crime scene, is proof that someone touched this statue around the time of the crime. Alright. I guess that about wraps up my investigation. That's... Oh. Yo, Pink Princess! How are you feeling? Still feeling ill? His girlfriend Mindy, apparently. And yet another strange character comes out of the woodwork. And so the Pink Princess also comes to pay the Alabastian Embassy a visit. I believe I may need to speak with her as well. Alright, Miss Pink Princess. Miss Pink Princess, I have a few questions I'd like to ask you. Okay. Miss Pink Princess, if you would please answer... No! Me! Edgeworth, no! What happened? Your princess turned into a frog! No, even worse, it turned into a demon! Demon lady! How? How is this possible? Twice in one game! No! Edward's like, I'm cursed, I swear, I'm cursed.
Heh, this must be what they call fate.
How could this happen 2 days in a row? What the? Aren't you Miss Oldbag? I feel like Larry and Oldbag are like attached, you know? Because in the third game, him and her apparently were working at the same security firm or whatever. And now they're both here. Larry, maybe Oldbag is meant to be with you. That's your bride, your future, your one true love. Ew. I'm throwing up in my mouth a little bit. Why are you so surprised?
Ah, so you're the one they got to play the Steel Samurai. It's too bad I didn't realize that until now.
God, those boobs are so big. Those fake boobs? Why did they do that? This is a kid's show. That's so ridiculous. Look at them. They're huge. At first I was like, is that a necklace? And I'm like, nope, those are her boobs. Okay. I'm sure Oldbag's boobs actually don't really fit in there because they're so small and wrinkly and... Ugh. Okay, never mind. Unless she got plastic surgery. I don't know. I have never paid attention to her breasts until now, so I feel really disturbed and grossed out. You are acquaintances with Larry.
Why, yes, we worked at the same company for a little while, you know. That's why it's okay, my edgy poo. You don't need to be jealous.
Ugh.
I was in the next room, you know, trying to get in some beauty sleep. But it was so noisy here that I couldn't fall asleep, so I came over to complain. So imagine my shock when I saw my precious edgy poo waiting here for me. I mean, who could have imagined that you would ever come to a show like this? I guess I misjudged you, Edgy Poo. You're so young at heart. You misjudged him. I thought he was trying to avoid me, you know.
That was no misjudgment on your part. That's precisely what I was trying to do, stalker. Will you just get her arrested already for stalking you?
But it looks like the winds have shifted, and he's now willing to be chased after. I'm simply overwhelmed. Don't you worry, Edgy Poo. I chase you for forever, to the ends of the earth.
Isn't that just peachy? This is one of those rare times when Francisca and I actually see eye to eye. Francisca, if you care for me at all, you will whip this woman until she dies. Please. I won't charge you, I swear. I turn a blind eye. Okay, and she's holding a sword now. We should all be scared for our lives. Why are you holding that? Why? I feel like you're threatening everybody here.
Let me have Edgeworth or I'll kill you all.
God, Coco's friend Moon, who's now my friend, she does a really, really great job with Old Bag's voice. It's so funny. It's like this Brooklyn accent or something. It's so good. I could never imitate it, but it's so good. Now then, what are you doing here? I thought you were working at Gatewaterland as the Pink Badger.
What are you talking about? That was ages ago.
That was yesterday.
Look, I worked at Global Studios before, a long time ago, right? Well, they called me up this morning, kind of out of the blue, really.
They called you? Were they that desperate?
Apparently, the girl who plays the Pink Princess collapsed from a bad cold. It happened so suddenly, so they called me in to be her last-minute replacement.
Do they not have enough people on staff at that studio? Seriously, even a man would have been fine. You know? 'Cause he'd be under the hood.
I really couldn't say no, so here I am, playing the role of the heroine. Instead of that Mindy girl, I mean. For the poor girl, I feel bad for her. Because they let me stand in for her. She's going to have a terrible time when she returns. Oh, I must stand in at the very last second. I tripped through a rag doll. The audience was in uproar. But I tell you, they're really just a bunch of simpletons. Oh, Lord. Old Bag, stop. You're a rather lively old lady.
So, basically, you received the stand-in request this morning, correct?
You got it. If you need to see it, I've got it right here. Look. It appears that she is telling the truth.
Okay. Well, it is what it is.
I tell you, my fine acting moved the entire audience to tears.
Yes, tears of laughter, as I recall.
But being famous has its problems too, you know. Here, take a look at this. It's a letter from a stalker.
Oh, you mean you wrote a letter to yourself?
I was just taking my break when I found this stuck under the door to my room.
Wendy, I'll be descending on you from above tonight. Your loving night. Oh god, that handwriting's terrible. But I think it's pretty obvious that the way a certain letter is spelled is going to be the key.
Honestly, you really have to watch out for these kinds of things. Look at what it says. Wendy.
Yeah, with an accent? Come on, girl, please.
I'll be descending on you from above tonight, your loving night. Huh, how absolutely revolting. I mean, you'd think he could get my name right. There's no accent in my name.
Wait, this horrible handwriting. Where have I seen this before?
Ah, but now that you're here, I Edgeworth, I feel 100% safe.
Where do I factor into this?
You'd bust that evil stalker man for my sake, wouldn't you, Edgeworth?
Well, if you allow me the liberty to handle this in my own way, I'll gladly dispatch a detective to your house later.
Oh, come on, Edgeworth. Stop being so dismissive and playing hard to get.
Oh, God. No, I will never be hard anywhere near you. Time of the murder. What were you doing at the time of the crime?
What crime?
What?
After the show was over, I've had nothing but free time on my hands. So I used the fireplace in the room next door to keep my bad hip warm.
Okay.
Well, a murder occurred in the room right next to yours. Is that right? Oh, Edgeworth, I'm so scared. Hold me, caress me.
Ugh. If you could please not cling on to my personage.
In any case, I take it then that you failed to show up at Ambassador Alba's speech. Oh, that. No, I didn't go. I mean, I may have the heart of a young tender maiden, but my body just refuses to cooperate at times. As soon as the show ended, my hips started acting up and got stiff. I couldn't move at all.
Can you provide proof of your condition?
Oh, you just go on ahead and ask the doctors in the infirmary. They're the ones who carried me from the theater all the way to this embassy.
I have to admit, the thought of her not being able to leave that room is rather pleasant.
Prosecutor Von Karma, I brought the police dog as you requested, sir.
Hey, it's our old buddy. He's so cute. Good work. You may leave now, officer. Aw,
This dog.
I requested the assistance of a dog in our search for the Yatagarasu.
So cute.
Looks like you guys have some pretty bright dogs in this country, too.
He's probably a softie for dogs, considering he's always like, I'm a wolf, roar.
Aw, woof woof.
It's so cute. Yep, I knew it! Lang, you're such a softie for dogs. Aw. That's really cute. I love guys who love dogs. Well, I like anyone who likes dogs. And cats, because cats are cute too.
Hey, you're a real cutie, aren't you? Yeah, that's a good boy. That's the police dog Gumshoe's been taking care of. I think its name is Missile.
What a fitting name for a police dog that dashes out in front and attacks.
That action alone isn't exactly what's going to solve the case for us, you know.
Now, Missile, I want you to find some clues. Go. Woof.
Aw. Oh, that was quick. You a good boy.
Good dog. You really are quite bright, aren't you? Unlike a certain someone I know.
Gumshoe sneezes. Achoo.
Hey, who's talking about me?
Now, what do we have here? What is this? It looks like a small hot dog, but...
Wait, Franziska, isn't that an official samurai dog?
Uh-oh.
Missile, no! You went from cute to scary.
Rawr.
Ah, no, bad Missile. He ate it. I wonder if it's alright for him to eat that?
Just a meat substance snack fit in the steel samurai. I'm sure he'll be fine. What about the relish that was on top of it? I'm kind of worried about that. Like, if it has onions, that's bad for him.
That's quite a bit of information you gathered there in a single quick glance.
We should really be focusing on why there was a samurai dog there in the first place.
It looks like that snack wasn't all Missile found.
Oh, and what do we have here?
It appears to be a lady's undershirt. I wonder if Ambassador Alba might have an interest in cross-dressing.
I can't believe that's the first thing you jumped to, Franziska. That's pretty funny, actually. Normally she'd say, oh, maybe Ambassador Alba has a daughter, or a sister, or a wife, and somebody left their clothes here. I don't know. I somehow doubt that. I mean, we don't know for sure, but still, it doesn't look like the shirt would even fit him. A samurai dog and a lady's undershirt. What are these two items doing in a room like this? Given the circumstances, the lady's undershirt could only belong to one person. I suppose I should get this over with and ask the owner of said undershirt about it. Interesting how he jumped straight to figuring it out, who that shirt belongs to. Missile's so cute. Oh, I can talk to Missile?
Woof! He was a much bigger help than I thought he would be.
Yes, however, there are a few aspects I don't understand about what he found.
In that case, you should keep on investigating until you do understand. Now, my subordinate, continue with the investigation.
All right, I will. It is with great dread that I proceed and do what I must to solve the case.
Here it goes. Alright. You're the only other woman here, so let's talk about this.
If you could please take a look at this brown-colored undershirt.
Oh, Edgy Poo, what is the meaning of this?
Hmm?
Why did you steal that thing from my bags? All you had to do was ask, and I would have gladly given you as many as you'd like.
Ugh. Thanks, but no thanks. This shirt was found here at this crime scene.
What?
Come now, why don't you just confess and explain what it's doing here? If you would be the killer, that'd be wonderful for me. I mean, it'd be terrible for you, but it'd be wonderful because then you'd be in jail.
I know nothing. Nothing, I tell you.
What?
Oh, I admit that I used the fireplace to dry that shirt. But I can't really help the fact that I had to, you know. Wearing that pink princess costume was like being in a sauna. And on top of that, I get fingered as a suspect? You're too cruel, Edgy Poo.
That's not the word I want to see from you. No. Ew, no.
Are you claiming that you never once set foot inside this room?
Of course I am. If I had been the one to find the body, do you think I'd be as calm and relaxed as I am? I tell you, it's always like this. It's always my fault for one reason or another. The camera's missing, they're missing. Speaking of, my husband's missing. When we got married, I guess I'm stuck marrying you. What kind of proposal is that? Oh, will you marry me, honestly? Really about deserve you, but I can't help it. Will you marry me? Honestly, men these days.
Well, I don't believe she's lying about her actions. So I can safely assume she really was drying her shirt by the fireplace on her break. Somehow the undershirt managed to move from the next room into this one.
Alright.
I assume the samurai dog was also yours.
Ah, that brilliant mind of yours. You really can see through everything about me.
And so the feeling of dread continues. But I suppose I should ask for more details.
I guess.
That samurai dog was yours, wasn't it?
Oh, of course. I'm forever yours, my edgy wedgy boo.
Hold it. If you could just stick to what I asked you. Edgy, are you and Miss Oldbag? No! She's all yours, I swear.
You really don't change, do you? When will you learn how to take a joke? Anyway, that samurai dog wasn't mine. Those things are a present from the studio to the embassy.
A present.
The studio bigwigs basically told us to play delivery boys. We were supposed to hand the dogs off to the embassy people and tell them hi. I had to pile them all into the pushcart just to move them all. Those studio guys should have delivered those things by themselves, right, Edgy?
So, did you deliver the samurai dogs to the embassy staff as per your instructions?
Hey, Edgy, don't just ignore me and my question. Aren't you gonna stick up for me?
No.
Ah, about that. See, after the show, I went to rest a spell in the dressing room. Because of my bad hip, you know. And there they were. The samurai dogs were just sitting on the dressing room floor.
I suppose you had to make preparations for distributing them after the show.
Well, if by preparation you mean sampling them as well.
Excuse me?
Oh, I tried one and thought they were actually quite good. Sorry, but I just had to find out. I know it was silly of me to think this, but I figured that since they're for a kids show, their taste was probably for kids too. But they were so good that I couldn't stop. Before I went back to my room, I just had to help myself to half a dozen or so boxes. As I sat there by the roaring fire, warming them and eating them, I thought, this is... Huh, what is it now? Oh, I know. I bet you want a box too, don't you, my edgy poo? Well, who am I to say no to you? But I'll only give you one. The rest are all for me.
Lady, please.
Looks like the lesson for today is that when the Steel Samurai and the Pink Princess take off their masks, they transform into a pair of annoying troublemakers.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay, let's do some logicking. Okay, she used the fireplace and there was smoke in the chimney. Let's connect that. And whoosh! There is no trace of this room's fireplace being used.
And your point is?
Smoke was supposedly pouring out of the chimney connected to this fireplace. At least according to Larry. This is a contradiction of facts, is it not?
Are you sure he wasn't just disoriented or something up on that roof?
There's testimony from an investigator that puts Larry at this particular chimney. So no, I don't think it was a mistaken impression on Larry's part. On the other hand, the fireplace in the next room was being used at the time. Where do you suppose the smoke from that fireplace went?
Ah, I see. So what you are proposing is this. The smoke that came out of the chimney was actually from Miss Oldbag's fire. So basically, the fireplaces of neighboring rooms share one chimney. Is that what you are implying?
Alright. Precisely. Okay. So if they share a chimney, that makes you wonder what else could they possibly share, huh? And whoosh! The lady's undershirt that Missile found. Ugh!
Why are you getting all excited over holding on to a lady's undergarment? Myers Edgeworth, you uncouth sea slug. If you know the owner of said undershirt, then hurry up and return it to her already.
You have it all wrong. This is evidence. And the owner of this piece of evidence was in the room next door. And yet, despite that, Missile found it in the fireplace of this room. This lady's undershirt.
Are you seriously claiming that it somehow passed through a solid brick wall?
Not quite. The fireplace in this room is connected to a chimney. The other fireplace in the other room is also connected to the same chimney, leading us to the possibility that the two fireplaces are connected to each other.
Perhaps a closer look at the back of the fireplace is in order.
Okay. There's an X on the back wall of the fireplace. Let's see if I can't get a better look at it.
What in the...
The wall separating this room's fireplace from the next room's fireplace apparently turns. As I suspected, this fireplace does indeed connect this room to the neighboring room.
The neighboring room?
There appears to be nothing particular about the next room. The fact that there is nothing special about the next room isn't what's important. It's the fact that there is a secret passageway through this room's fireplace.
We now know that the fireplace connects the two rooms. But how exactly is that significant? You aren't going to suddenly name the old lady as the Master Second's killer now, are you?
No, unfortunately. She couldn't move at all because of her stiff hip. So she could not have been the one. Unfortunately, I believe that this fireplace has nothing whatsoever to do with the Master Second's murder. All right.
Yeah.
Investigation complete. It would appear that the answer has made itself known. All right, but we will deal with that in the next episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying this, and until next time, have a nice day.